Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the webinar. So excited to see everybody out here. January 30th. I can't believe it. The month's already come and gone. And Abbi Krull of Ameritas is here to talk about Ameritas Dental and Vision and exciting news about Ameritas additions or Ameritas updated plans starting April 1st. So before we get into all that, hopefully you guys can see um, just this running scroll that we have here on what's going on with Cornerstone. And on the call with me is Jess Larkin and Brad Petrella. And let's just jump right into it. So we're going to talk about Emeritus, and it's a short 30-minute webinar. My name is Jeff Beglin, your genial host. And you know the drill. If you got a question, you put it in the question box over on the right side of the screen, and we'll get to those, throughout the presentation, and we'll make sure that all the questions are answered by the end of the presentation. And Brad, say hello.
Hello, Brad. Hello, everybody.
Okay. um, Northern Ohio Business Development Manager, and based out of the Cleveland area. And there's his contact information. What's more, here is my contact information, um, phone number, email address, and things are still humming along. There's still a lot of sales taking place with individual. We don't expect this to taper off too much. We're in the start of the SCP, but of course, there's just thousands upon thousands of Ohioans and Indiana and Kentucky people doing individual coverage throughout the year. So let's keep the foot on the gas, everybody. And Abby, say hello, and we'll toss it to you.
Sounds good.
Okay, Abbi Krull.
All right, we'll
You
do
may
the
know her as formerly as Abby Brabender. Now she's Abbi Krull. And what am I doing here? Okay. All right.
I think I can.
And I'll go on mute here in a bit.
Awesome.
Okay.
Right. Good morning, everyone.
Yeah, you want to put that in the
Yeah,
reading
let's
view?
see. Does that work?
That looks great. Thank you so much, Abby.
Okay. Awesome. Awesome. All right. Well, good morning, everyone. Thanks for hopping on today. Excited to talk about our new plans coming in April, and just touch on our vision plans again as well. I am Abbi Krull, previously Brabender, so got married last year and still getting used to the name change. So I'm the local Ameritas sales representative located in Cincinnati, Ohio. So our goals with our individual product is just ease overall. Product simplicity, ease of enrollment, member value, network confidence, and industry knowledge. So these were all the key points that we try to keep in mind for our individual products and for you guys who are going out and selling this product as well. My light in my office always turns off. Sorry. It's like a motion one. Um, so this is what we kept in mind as we created our product. And if you're not familiar with our product, you will truly be able to see how simple it is to not only sell and manage, but for members to be able to get logged on. So keep that ease in mind. And members really appreciate this as well. So, who is Ameritas? If you're not familiar with Ameritas, we've been doing dental since 1959 and vision since 1984. We're headquartered in Lincoln, Nebraska. I did 4.5 months of training there, which was quite the experience. But very Midwestern company, great people. I think that you can feel that in the way that we do business. We're a mutual company as well. So we've got a large national network, all 50 states, really strong here in Ohio, and surrounding as well, Indiana, Kentucky. Large customer base, and this is just growing, 11.4 million customers. And, we have a huge focus on growing nationally. I know every company right now is focused on growing, but in particular, we plan to continue to be one of the largest dental names in the dental insurance world, and vision as well. We've got the industry ratings, the AM Best, Standards & Poor. We've been ranked as best dental insurance company for seniors, and we really pride ourselves in our service. Product innovation. So some highlights on our product. Next day coverage. So someone can sign up online, and then the next day they can go and get coverage and get covered with their dentist or their vision care provider. No waiting periods, which there is truly no waiting periods, but it is a growing benefit, which I'll get into a little bit more. So it's not the same exact benefit that you're going to get day one or then year two, but there is no waiting periods. So even, credit for those major services is available. Credit for prior coverage. I'll get into this a little bit as well, but this is new within the last year and a half. If they're on a prior dental plan, you can waive that first year of starting with lesser benefits. Rates are based on zip code, not age or gender. So you could be 70 or you could be 20, and the pricing is going to be the same. It's truly just based on zip code, which I know is a little bit of a differentiator. And there's additional benefits such as teeth whitening and ortho and hearing care, which we will also get into a little bit. So trying to be innovative in this space, and people are really excited about our products. So why sell dental and vision? Well, dental and vision, are part of your overall health and well-being. Gum disease is associated with nearly 60 other health problems, including diabetes, heart conditions, and Alzheimer's. Tooth decay affects 90% of adults aged 20 to 64. And an eye exam can identify early warning signs of more than 270 diseases, including diabetes, high blood pressure, autoimmune diseases, and cancers. 1 in 5 Americans say their vision provider detected a non-eye related health issue. So you guys, you may already know this. It's very important to your overall well-being to get your mouth checked, your eyes checked, and it is important for people to have access to this at all ages. So dental plan availability, we're in all 50 states, and there's 3 dental plans in each state. In Ohio, you can see is highlighted a little bit differently, and we'll get into that as well because the plans are going to be slightly different compared to the rest of the country. Credit for prior coverage, a little bit more details on this because a lot of people were really excited about this when it got announced. It's available when replacing a fully insured dental plan from another carrier. It can be group or individual. It must be no more than 2 months from the Ameritas plan effective date. So that is the important thing to keep in mind. If it's longer than 2 months, it will not get approved. So they have to be coming off the plan and then getting on to an individual plan fairly fast. Prior coverage must have been in effect for at least 12 months. And the previous policy number and carrier must be provided at enrollment. Online, when they're getting signed up, it will ask for the policy number and the prior carrier. It has increased benefits for year 2 plan benefits, the co-insurance on day 1 for preventative, basic, and major dental services based on the chosen plan. So again, you don't have to wait a year for that increased benefit. This is not available in a couple states. So what are the changes coming in 2024? These are coming to Ohio in April. Now in Kentucky and Indiana, they're already available. To make it a little bit more complicated, the complete plan, the total plan, is not approved in Ohio. So the 3 plans I'm going through today are everywhere else around the US, but then there's 1 plan that is staying in Ohio to make the portfolio, the total plan, the boost, and the light. So I'll get into that a little bit more. But the 3 plan changes, the total plan is changing to the complete plan in everywhere else. So this has already happened, but not in Ohio. So the total plan is staying. And this is the one where it jumps from $2,000 to $2,500 in year 2. And then it's growing benefit coinsurance wise. The access plan is changing to the boost plan. It's going to be higher annual maximum, and LASIK is not going to be included anymore. We found that a lot of people were not really utilizing the LASIK portion to this, so we took it off to help with pricing and still increase that annual maximum. The value plan is changing to the light plan. This is that, preventative care type plan, jumps from $750 to now $1,500 in year 2. So it's going to be a richer plan design than it previously was. And we'll go into a little bit more of that as well. So here are the new plans. Again, I'll continue to highlight which ones are going to be in Ohio and which ones are not going to be in Ohio. But yes, so to start with the light plan, this is, again, that preventative care type plan. For those with a healthy mouth who usually visit a network provider. So again, day 1, $750 max. After year 1, $1,500 max. Preventative plus is included. So if you go to get your preventative care, this is not counted towards your annual max. So that really makes this a larger annual max than it seems. So, because your preventative care can still be a couple $100. Your deductible is $0 for type 1, $50 for type 2 and type 3. Preventative is 100% in-network, 70% out-of-network, coinsurance wise. So this definitely is driving to go in-network as it's richer benefits in-network. Day 1 and after year 1 are different for basic and major. So day 1 for basic, you start at 50% in-network, 25% out-of-network. Majors 10% in-network, 5% out-of-network. After year 1, these basic and major coinsurances jump to 80-40 on basic and 20-10 on major. So this one is a growing benefit from day 1 to year 1. If you have credit for prior coverage, you can start after year 1 right away, which is pretty cool. But, it's not a waiting period, but you can see that even for like major services, jumping from 10% coinsurance to 20 can make a big difference. So if you can wait for a year to get something done, it's recommended just to save a little bit more money, but not necessary as well. If you need that coverage for major services, you can get that day 1, which is pretty cool. The boost plan, and this plan will be available in Ohio in April. It is available currently Kentucky, Indiana, Pennsylvania, just to highlight that as well. The Prime Star Boost plan, this is day 1, $1,500. After year 1, $2,000. Preventative Plus is also included with this plan. Same deductible, waive type 1, $50 for type 2 and type 3. And then preventative care is 100% in-network, 80% out-of-network. This is very similar to the prior plan in the sense that it's a growing benefit from day 1 after year 1 and for both basic and major, and it differs in and out of network. So very similar to the last plan, but a bit richer. So after year 1, basic jumps to 80% in-network, 60% out-of-network, and then majors 50-30. And this plan has child orthodontia for under age 19. The lifetime maximum is $1,000, but this, jumps quite a bit from day 1 after year 1 from 15 to 50. So this is for families who want a robust coverage, including benefits for teeth whitening and child orthodontia. So teeth whitening is included as well, which is pretty cool. And that's in major benefits. So This is the Boost plan. This plan is currently in Kentucky, Indiana, Pennsylvania, coming to Ohio in April. The Prime Store Complete plan, this is the plan that is currently in Indiana, Kentucky, Pennsylvania, and everywhere else, but it's not available in Ohio, and it won't be available in Ohio. So for whatever reason, Ohio did not approve of this plan design. So this is not what's going to be available in Ohio, but I do still feel it's important to touch on as it's going to be in other surrounding states. So this is for those who want the highest level of dental coverage and benefits for hearing care. So the dental maximum is $2,500 and it jumps to $3,000 after year one, which is super, super rich. Preventative Plus is also included. So again, your preventative care does not count towards your annual max. Deductible is the same. Waive type 1, $50 for type 2 and type 3. Preventative is very rich. It's 100% in network, 90% out of network for both day one and after year one. Basic and major, same thing as the last two plans. It's a growing benefit from day one to year one. And it also differs from in and out of network. So after year one, basic will get you to 80% in network or 90% in network, 80% out of network, and then 50-40 on major. And there is a hearing benefit, which is an amazing benefit that comes along with this plan. It has an annual hearing exam benefit of $75 and a hearing aid benefit as well. So this is a growing benefit too. $200 per year, day one, $300 after year one, $400 after year two. So after year two, you can have $800 for a hearing aid, which can really be awesome for a lot of people that need hearing aids. Of course, not everyone does, but it can be, really great benefit for those that do need that, which is awesome. So this is the complete plan. Again, this will not be available in Ohio in April. That could change, in the future. And obviously we'll let Cornerstone and let you guys know if that ever does change. But for now, it's going to stay as the total plan. So you guys are familiar with the total plan if you're currently selling Ameritas Individual. This plan is sticking around. And I do think that some people will actually be pretty happy about this because it's very similar to the last plan. The biggest difference is it's not jumping up to a $3,000 annual maximum, which I know some people were very excited with that about the prior plan. But $2,500 is still super rich. It has slightly better benefits compared to like in network, out of network. So it's not driving as much in network. It's the same benefit for in and out of network based on the co-insurance, which I think a lot of people will like. So I think that kind of makes up for the, not having the $3,000 plan here in Ohio. But again, it's still super rich. A lot of people don't even hit that $2,500. And if they do, it's like a one-off year that they have a bunch of services going on. So the total plan is sticking around. Preventative Plus is still included, which is, again, where your annual max does not count towards your preventative care does not count towards your annual max. Oh my gosh, my sensor keeps on going off. I apologize. I'm like, does not see that I'm in the room. The deductible is the same, $0 for type 1, 50 for type 2 and type 3. Preventative care is 100%, both in and out of network. For basic and major, it's a growing benefit from day one to year one, but there's no differences in and out of network. So after year one, you've got 90% co-insurance for basic, 50 for major, the same in and out of network.
Abby, can I jump in here with a question? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I've got a question from Gary. So in Ohio, can some change to the new plan from the old, or do they have to re-enroll to get the new coverages?
Unfortunately, they would have to re-enroll.
Okay, that's a good question. Okay. And does everybody know how to do that? Through the link.
So does that, Abby, start the year one all over again? Or are
Unfortunately,
they?
it does. Actually, that might have changed recently, but that's how it has been. That's how it has been. But I'll double check on that for you guys, and I'll get back to you.
Great, thank you.
Yeah, I was going to
Yeah.
ask the same question. And Abby, one other question that everybody might want to know. Once somebody reaches the annual maximum, if they utilize services, do they continue to get network pricing? Because that's
Yes.
always a good thing to reassure people that they're getting a discounted price.
Yes. Absolutely. If you're going in network, um, then you will get those discounts, which are can be very, very high here in Ohio, nearly like 45% discount, which I know not everyone, you know, wants to switch to an in-network provider or isn't currently going in network. But if I, really recommend if you're getting major services done, find a specialist that is in network because you can save so much money. So yeah, good question. Even if you hit your annual max, you can utilize the discount, which is great.
And then another thing for you too, because I've seen it happen in other carriers. The state of Ohio seems to have a problem with the hearing component of the benefit. Is there an option to take out the hearing, like kind of like you did LASIK and the other benefit, or in the other plan, so that it's more just a dental plan? So I don't know
Yeah. So
if you
not
guys have heard that.
not currently. What issues have been having with the hearing in Ohio?
It just seems like the state of Ohio keeps declining hearing coverage in being embedded in dental plans. I think we heard it
Yeah.
from two other carriers. So um, just something to consider if the product
Yeah,
team
no,
doesn't
for
know it.
sure.
They've been sticky on that one. I don't know
That's been
why.
interest. That's interesting. Because they're allowing us to have this included in our dental plans. Unfortunately, there's not like an option to like take X amount off the premium to waive the hearing benefit. It's
Yeah.
just truly embedded into these plans. Um, but they have not told us that
Mm.
these are not allowed. So, the other side of that, I guess, is that it is a differentiator that we do have the hearing benefit included in there, which to your point, maybe will change in the future. So if you know someone that needs hearing aids, tell them to sign up now. And even if they were to like waive, like if someone's on the previous plan and they have LASIK, they're still going to have that LASIK benefit if they're enrolled in that prior plan. Does it make sense? So like if someone gets onto the total plan today, but then in a year from now, the state of Ohio is like, hey, you can't sell hearing in your dental plan anymore. Those who are already enrolled would still have that benefit. It's not like we would be like just taking it away from them.
Okay.
So something to
So
keep
it's
in mind
almost
as
like they're
well.
grandfathered into the plan that they have.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. With the benefits. Got it. That's good to
Yes.
know.
Yes. And so part of the reason why, and again, I'm going to double check this today, why I don't believe that we're still not giving credit for prior coverage on our own plans is there's usually a reason if you're switching plans of why you want those richer benefits. So I think, trying to have some protection there, but I will double check on that again. But that's a little bit of a reasoning why is if someone's switching plans, they want something on that new plan that they're trying to jump to. So
Right.
that's a little bit of why. Any other
Okay,
question on
carry
these
on. Go ahead.
Okay.
I think we're
Okay. So
covered.
yeah, this total is staying in Ohio. If you are familiar, and again, the biggest difference I would say is the maximum and the differences between in and out of network. Which, again, I do think some people will be excited that we're keeping this plan based on no differences for in and out of network. So speaking of our dental network, kind of what we just touched on, it's one of the largest dental networks in the nation. Network dentist charges 25 to 50% less than their regular rates. We've got providers in Mexico as well. Um, but members can see anyone. They can go in network, they can go out of network. These are true PPO plans. They don't have to go in network. So something to keep in mind as well. So if you have someone that's like, I do not want to switch, dentist, but I want these Ameritas plans. My recommendation would be like continue to go to them for your preventative care, but if something big comes up, really try to go in network. I know people are funky about not wanting to switch their dental providers. My father-in-law, actually, he just went through this process of getting on individual plan, and it was interesting to sit with him and really see how he did not want to switch his dental provider. So we get it, and we're always happy to recruit providers as well. So if you go online to our like dentalnetwork.ameritas.com, find a provider, you can nominate your provider as well, and we will recruit your provider. So that doesn't just go into an abyss like nowhere. We do recruit those providers, so feel free to recruit any providers that you want us to recruit. But this is just an example of how much money you can save on a crown, and how even from day one savings to year two can jump from 63% to 77%. So just something important to keep in mind for that growing benefit and going in network. So we've got our vision plans as well, which are staying the same. So if you're familiar with what we've got going on, it's going to stay the same. Whatever we've got is working. We've got the Prime Star basic vision plan, which gives the freedom to see any provider, no network restrictions. This has, the frequencies of exam every 12 months, lenses every 12 months, frames every 24 months. We've got $10 deductible, $50 for eyeglass materials, annual eye exam up to $50. So very basic plan design. I would say this is our least sold plan on the vision side of things, just because most people can go, use an iMed or VSP provider and like those plans, and they're a little bit richer, but we do still like to share this one and talk a little bit about it. The Prime Star Select Vision Plan is our iMed Vision Plan, which iMed is LensCrafters, Target Optical, Pearl Vision, Contacts Direct, Glasses.com. This is, again, a little bit richer than the prior plan. The deductible is $25 for exam, $25 for eyeglasses. It's the 12, 24, 24 frequencies. So exam every 12 months, but then the lenses and frames are every 24 months. And this, allowance is up to $130 for in-network. This is definitely a plan that you're going to want to go in-network on. You're going to get more bang for your buck. You can see the lens options are covered in full by going in-network. So this is our iMed plan. It's not our richest plan. The VSP plan is going to be a bit richer, but this is a super affordable option. Great for those that just want to go and are more retail focused and want to go to LensCrafters and get their glassware. So the Prime Star Choice Vision Plan is our VSP. This is Costco Optical, VisionWorks, Walmart, Sam's Club, Iconic. This is richer in frequencies. So this is every 12 months you get exams, lenses, and frames, which people love that they can go and do that every 12 months instead of having to wait 24 months. The deductible is only $10 for exam, $20 for lenses and frames. And then this allowance is up to $150. So a bit richer again than the iMed plan, a little bit more expensive in the premium as well, but still super, affordable for what you get. VSP again is going to be more provider focused compared to iMed. So a lot of people are like, what's the biggest difference? My suggestion is to go to VSP.com, iMed.com, search the provider, see who you're currently going in network with, and go based off of that.
Yeah, it's more local providers rather than chain store mall kind of setting.
Yes.
Although
yes.
Costco, trumps all of those. That's Walmart.
Yes, exactly.
But it has a lot more of local providers in your town.
Yeah. So, and it truly depends. So that's why I'm like, just, look it up. And even for Walmart, I've had funky situations where like Walmart is in network with VSP, but there might be a provider that takes up a shift like 2 times a month at Walmart that is not in network with VSP. So I'm always like, just double check that your provider, where they're in network. But yes. Opportunities to sell, life stages and changing health needs. Obviously, the retiree population is huge for individual dental and vision, but we absolutely sell a lot of coverage for, let's say, like 26-year-olds coming off of their parents' plans, that they don't have coverage with their employer. Health changes around 40, so 50% of gum disease affects 50% of adults aged 45 to 64. Difficulty seeing at close distances. This is among the most common vision issue developed between that 41 and 60 age. So there's definitely opportunities to sell, prior to just retirees. Obviously, retirees is our biggest bulk, but 25.9 million Medicare beneficiaries have difficulty hearing. So keep that in mind for that total plan / complete plan has a hearing benefit. And 20.2 million Medicare beneficiaries have difficulty seeing. So there's a lot of different opportunities to sell our products, and a lot of need. People need plans like this that don't have waiting periods, next day coverage, PPO, you can go in and out of network. There's a huge need for a lot of the benefits that our products have. So standalone dental, compared to Medicare Advantage, standalone dental has robust benefit coverage. We don't coordinate benefits, extra value with network savings, keep higher benefit levels of changing medical plan. So how to sell through our producer portal. So basically you get assigned to a link and can go and sell these products, and people get signed up online. My suggestion is to connect with Cornerstone about getting you set up. It's an easy process. We've now been doing it for years with Cornerstone, and we've had a lot of success with growing this block of business here of individuals here in Ohio. And it's a huge success nationally, this product, and it's truly just taken off. So highly suggest, if you're not currently on our portal and don't have access to a quoting link, definitely connect with Cornerstone and get signed up today. We've got agent marketing sites where all the resources that you might need, great support as well. But again, just connect with Cornerstone. Our Sales Connect team is the administration team that we have as well. Here's their email and their phone number. There's an online chat available as well. But they have a great turnaround time and are able to assist. But again, if you have anything that comes up, you can connect with Cornerstone, and Cornerstone comes directly to me. Always happy to help with anything admin related as well. Additional features, agents provide updated payment info over the phone on behalf of clients. No coordination of benefits. Ameritas pays primary benefits, prescription and hearing care saving programs. So that also comes when they get their ID card in the mail. They get a little prescription and hearing care savings as well. Each member has a secure member account where they can see their plan and see where they're at with their maximum, and then multilingual support as well. So yes, just quoting and enrollment when the member's going online, it has very limited information that needs to be put in compared to a lot of other carriers. I've gone online and acted like I'm going to sign up on other carriers' websites, and I was kind of shocked by how many carriers had needed so much information to enroll. So really, we just need your zip code. And then you kind of just pick your plan design and enroll. So, you don't need your social security. And obviously it'll want EFT or credit card to actually get you signed up onto our plans. But it's truly a very simple process compared to a lot of the other carriers out there. Yes. So credit for sales through your shopping URL. You'll get a welcome email. both the member and the agent will get the welcome email, and you can share your hyperlink on your LinkedIn, on your website, in your email. Share this hyperlink because you might be shocked by how many people end up getting set up with an individual plan that you didn't even realize that you really sold, but just because you put it on LinkedIn, 5 people who follow you ended up getting signed on to our individual products. So you never know who might be, and then you can get obviously commission for it as well. So best of both worlds. So this is about all that I have for you today. Any questions? I know I went through that a bit fast,
Yeah,
and we'll get this out the door, this PowerPoint out the door to you guys. But any questions?
absolutely. We've got a few questions here, Abby. Um, First one, the hearing benefit claim form on
I,
Ameritas.com is for group coverage. Is there a separate form for individual policies? And I think we did share the group claim form out in the question box, but we'd like to get the individual claim form. If we could, we'll get that out to you.
Yes.
I will find it. I was just on the
Okay.
website, sorry. I'll
Okay.
stick it in if I can find it.
Yeah, we'll be sure to get that out to you. Maybe we can get that in real time. And I'm not sure if we addressed this earlier or not, but a question to you, Abby: can they use the hearing benefits on the new over the
Yes.
counter hearing aids? Over the counter hearing aids?
So yes, yes. So there's no on the hearing aids. There's no network. So people can go wherever they want, but they just have to submit a claim to Ameritas to get reimbursed.
Okay. Is there something
Oh,
special about over the counter hearing aids, or
they're just
are
like
they?
$39, I think.
Are they?
Right? Yeah, that's not the $1,800 hearing aid you might get from
Okay.
an audiologist. So, and I
Okay.
think Abby, is that so? Would a receipt from wherever they're sold still qualify for a claim form for reimbursement?
Yes. Yep. So
Wow.
you can go to Costco and get your hearing aids, and then you can submit, your claim and keep your receipt. I think it has to be within 90 days. So yeah, just the key there is to keep your receipt and submit that to Emeritus, and then you'll get reimbursed, which is pretty cool.
Okay.
So yeah, but you can go
Yeah.
anywhere, and you can go to an audiologist and still get reimbursed. But a lot of people like to go to Costco, so I always
Yeah.
throw that one out there.
Oh,
Yeah, I
okay.
think the one I've seen has been, call the 800 number, to get it delivered to you. And I think that's probably what David is asking about because I've been seeing a
Yeah,
lot of those commercials. So good.
yeah, for sure.
I've got another question. Is there credit for prior coverage already in effect, or is that also
Yeah,
rolling out in April?
that is already in effect. So
Okay.
someone's like, when you're going through the process of getting someone onto our plans, it asks for it while they're enrolling. So,
Okay.
and it's not like a big, it's kind of just in there. So definitely important to highlight whether you're the one getting the member signed up or if the member is getting signed up. If they do have, coverage within the last 60 days, like that is an important thing to put in there. And it's not like it's called out necessarily on that process. So definitely important to note.
Okay, great, great, fantastic. And while we kind of wrap things up, and we'll keep it open for a few more questions if you want to enter those into the question box. But if you could, Abby, could you go back to slide 14? I'm going to talk to everybody about one of the great features about Emeritus, and that's the deep discounts that you do a better job with than the other carriers. And, there's certainly a
Was
lot
it
of
this
dental
page?
carriers out there. But one thing that stands out with Emeritus is the deep, deep dental discounts. And we see this in the both in network and out of network. So, you know, we've got, I'm sure like everyone, you're getting bombarded left and right from this, you know, unheard of dental company from whatever ABC company or whatever. You just get bombarded by stuff like that. But keep in mind that Emeritus is, one of the category champions in dental, and the strength of network and the discounts that they have are tremendous. And I don't know if you want to touch on that a little bit, or
Yeah, absolutely. And so, as I was helping my father-in-law, and then eventually I passed him actually off to Cornerstone to help him. He went through Cornerstone to get signed up for his individual coverage. But at first, I was like, all right, I'm gonna look into this a little bit with him. Um, his dentist was not in network with anyone, so I think he is changing dentist. But his dentist was offering a like their own plan, and it was pretty expensive. It was like $600 for the year, but you got two cleanings and you got exams and x-rays and whatnot. And he's like, well, maybe I should just do this. And I'm like, well, there's like some red flags for me with that. Do you get any and it says like discount. It's like, okay, well, what is the discount? What if a major service comes up, you know, that's nowhere in a contract on some of these plans that dentists are offering to, you know, these retirees. So I will say, like, I just suggested that he went through, even if it wasn't Ameritas, like went through a dental insurance company, because again, like if something major comes up, what are they going to do? You know, you're going to be paying completely like face value, no discounts. So one of the biggest benefits of having dental insurance is being able to utilize discounts, and having that protection for when something bad comes up. But even if you were to hit your max, I mean, still being able to utilize that discount is huge for people. And our maximums are pretty high compared to other carriers' plans.
absolutely.
You know, a lot of carriers only go up to $1,000, but even, 2,500, if you're really getting a lot of major services done, you might hit that kind of fast, and being able to still utilize that discount is honestly not really talked about enough. For other carriers as well, it can be a huge cost saver, and I don't think that's a piece of dental insurance that people necessarily always understand. So I think that is a great call out. We pride ourselves in our network discounts. We're not going to have every dentist because of that. If we had every dentist, our discounts would just not be as robust. So I know some people are like, oh, my dentist isn't in a network. Again, those major services are when it makes sense to really take advantage of those. You don't have to go in network.
Right.
You can still go out of network, but it is something to consider, and to really educate members on what that means and why their dentist might not be in network with anyone, and what that might mean even for that particular dentist. Why is the dentist not really in any networks? Are they overcharging? Are they, so it's just things to think about, as you're getting people set up and you're helping them kind of understand dental, because I think a lot of people are just used to their group plans and signing up for whatever whatever their employer has, which is fine and great. And a lot of people are educated during open enrollment, but this process and watching my father-in-law go through it was definitely a little bit eye-opening for me, because there's a little bit of a disconnect behind that dental education network wise. So I think that's a great call out.
Fantastic. Okay,
Yeah, and
fantastic.
Abby, I've seen those in a dental provider's office. It's almost like it's a
Yeah.
membership to a dental
Yeah.
club, not really a plan, because
Yeah.
details were lacking. Do you get an evidence of coverage? I doubt it, right?
Right.
And so that's very, very important to know.
Yeah,
Um,
for sure.
so,
And hey, it might work for some people.
right.
But being in the insurance world, I'm like, I don't know. There's no like certificate here. You're just kind of getting two cleanings for like $600 too. I'm like, the premium was actually like similar to what you would get with one of the Emeritus plans. I think it was actually a little bit less expensive, but just because they're dentists, they wanted to stay with that current dentist, so they're going to go with their plans. It's like, well, really calculate premiums here, and then take into account that there's no discount on top of that. So yeah, it's pretty interesting.
Yeah, and I think
Fantastic.
it's those dentists that like aren't in anybody's network. They don't want to file claims. That's their whole deal with not dealing with providers. So they're not beholden to a contracted rate. They just don't want the trouble. They want to bill
Yeah.
whatever it is they bill for their services. So I've seen it many, many times, or hear about
Yeah.
it many, many times from you all over the years.
Right. Right.
So
Contracted rates are always the best when you're talking about
I
a very
know.
large company, right? And that's any
Yeah, they are.
any carrier.
In
Yep.
our, we might like hire our fees, to make sure that we're accommodating our dentists as well, because we understand things are getting more expensive and whatnot. So, I think we've got some things in the work with our network, just slightly. We're always going to keep those deep discounts, but pivoting slightly to be able to keep providers is important. We're looking at potentially doing some more leases this year, so you know just that if you're looking at our network today, it doesn't mean that it's going to be the same in 3 months. We're constantly recruiting providers, which I think, really allows us to grow our network. So yeah.
Is there a way
fantastic.
to recommend a provider
Yes.
through Ameritas, right? So,
Yeah,
okay.
absolutely.
Guessing they do that on the member portal,
Yep. They can do it on the
right?
member portal. They can do it just by going to like Ameritas.com. Um, really whatever way that
Okay.
they would like to nominate them, sending it to Cornerstone, and then they'll send it to me, like whatever way works for people. But yeah, it is
And how long
constantly
is that
growing.
process, Abby? I mean, it's not going to happen tomorrow, and that's what I kind of
No,
want to, right? It takes a little bit with credentialing and all sorts of things, gang. So don't
it
think that you're
does.
recommending it and they're going to get them in network because it's a
Honestly,
two-way street.
yeah, honestly, it can take a couple months. I mean, that sounds crazy, but like we like to reach out multiple ways. I mean, it's like selling, right? Like it's sales. Like you're trying to sell these providers to get onto your network and convince them why it's a good idea. So we typically reach out like via phone, via email, via mail. Like we try to make it a whole thing so we're not just like bombarding them, but we do consistently recruit them, but it can take a couple months. And not every dentist will agree. So if you are one of those that has people that are submitting their dentist to be recruited, it doesn't hurt to put a bug in the dentist's ear like, hey, have you thought about joining Emeritus's network? Because if they're hearing that, they might be more, apt to agree to be in our network.
Abby, I'm not finding that individual claim form on the Emeritus
Yeah.
website. Can you direct me real quick, or if you have it, just maybe dump it in the chat, or tell me where to
Yeah.
go, and I'll do the link.
Um,
You're probably quicker.
I don't know if I have. How about this? I'll follow up with you guys on that because I'll
Okay.
pull the hearing form, um, and I'll send you the other claim forms as well for sound
Okay.
care and all that.
Oh, okay, great. And we'll push those out to everybody on the call.
Awesome.
Great, fantastic. So delighted you could join us, Abby.
I know. Thank you guys for having me, and yeah, it's a great product. So and it helps people. It helps people a lot. And so we really believe in this. It's taken off again nationally. So um, yeah, we're really excited about where it's headed as well. So yeah, always happy to help, and thank you for having me.
You bet. Anytime. Everybody, have a
Thanks,
great day.
Abby. All right, you got it. Bye,
Bye.
everyone. Take care. Bye.